Ladies, gentlemen, everybody else, welcome to part 7 of How to Juggle Clubs, the series where we go through the basics of club juggling. Today we are talking about wallplanes. The wallplane is an imaginary flat surface in front of you, as if you were facing a wall, hence the name. It's a great plane to use when performing, as it's very visual and allows the audience to see the spin of the club and the performer front on. Let's get into it. The first trick is dips, and this example is the traditional way to do them. When you catch a club, you then rotate it horizontally inwards, so that its head points across your body. Once in this position, you give it a kind of backhand flick to throw the club across your body in the wallplane. It should land on the outside of your body to be caught. A version of this I much prefer is the chop dip, as it's more visual. For this variation, the club is brought to the dipped position not by rotating horizontally, but vertically. It's very similar to an inside chop, but whereas a chop cuts diagonally through the pattern, the chop dip goes flat to your body in wallplane. It is caught the same way as the traditional dip. Once you have a single dip down, the next stage is tennis, where you dip to one side and then immediately dip it back again. This position is good for learning how to go from the catch position to the dip position smoothly. Once this is down, you can then progress to continuous dips, one of my favourite tricks. The next type is called an outside wallplane. The dips were thrown from a position with the head of the club pointing across the body, but outside wallplanes are thrown when the head is pointing to the side and away from you. A good outside throw will have the club rotate directly above your head, so that if you were to freeze frame with the club vertical, it would point directly down at you. When it lands, the best looking form is to finish with the club pointing to the side and away from you in a mirror image to the throwing position. These things are both fairly nuanced, so don't worry if they're not always perfect. Mine certainly aren't. As with the dips, once you have a single throw down, the next stage is to do tennis before progressing to continuous outside throws. When you are doing the continuous pattern, you may find that there is a tendency for the clubs to clash in mid-air. The way to solve this is by cheating the planes into a slight X shape, so that the club descending is actually slightly in front of the one that's being thrown, as you can see in this still. It can also help to widen the pattern slightly, so the peaks of the throws are separated. Remember that despite looking radically different, this is just the standard cascade from part 1, but with different throwing and catching positions. The final part of wallplanes I want to talk about today is combos, when you combine 2 or more wallplane throws. In this example, my left hand is doing dips and my right hand is doing the outside wallplanes. I really like these combos because they produce a lot of parallel shapes in the air. And that's it for today's video. As always, these are just the basics to get you started. Feel free to post any other variations you discover in the comments below. If you're enjoying these videos, please think about subscribing for more tutorials on a variety of props, as well as circus, news and vodcasts. If you're feeling especially nice, you might even hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching and happy practicing. See you in the next one.